Alright, so there's this, this exploit, I guess you could call it, in the docks. There's a character over in the docks who's a merchant.
So we're playing Vampyr.
Oh,
here.
yeah. Sorry.
So Vampyr, and we've got an exploit here to get infinite money.
Right. So, to do this exploit, you have to have a couple of things set up. First off, you have to have gone through the whole Sean Hampton thing, and this is kind of spoiler territory here. But at the end of that, you have a couple of choices, and the only choice that doesn't just destroy the entire area for the most part, or at least mess up this exploit, is if you feed him your vampire blood to heal him.
So you're going to turn Sean Hampton into a vampire,
or at least heal him. I'm not sure if they actually turn skells into vampires, but the point is, yeah, you're essentially going to turn him, and then you have to make sure that everybody is healed up, like there's nobody sick, and then you sleep, and it should bring your stuff up to sanitize.
So for this to work, you have to have everybody in the docks district alive.
Right. If you eat anybody, you'll no longer be able to get it sanitized, so the price won't be lowered to the point where everything is free. So everyone's alive, and there's nobody that's sick, which might take a couple of nights, because sometimes when you sleep, it heals the people you've healed, and then gives other people diseases.
So people get sick at random.
Right.
And you have to get it to the point where nobody is sick in the district.
Right, it actually has to be sanitized. Now, when I first did this on my first playthrough, I think the district was just at healthy, so you might be able to have 1 or 2 people sick, but I haven't been able to replicate that. The only way I know it works is if the district is sanitized. So then, if you've got the whole district sanitized and you finish the Sean Hampton part of the story missions, you can come over to this spot here, and there's this merchant here. There's a merchant here. And this is him. And when you first meet him, your character actually mentions that the kid doesn't seem like he's a very good merchant and might want to consider other opportunities in his life. And this is kind of some proof of that.
Hey, you warned him.
Yeah, you did warn him that he's not very good at this.
Young man. There's no need to call me that, Dr. Reed.
So you come in here and you do
Show
trade.
me what you have to offer then, Mr. Nightingale.
And normally when you're in trade and you come up here, it has a value that you have to pay for something. But as you can see here, it doesn't have any value. And if you go in to buy multiple, it's 0. So it costs you nothing to buy things. So, you know, free stuff, that's kind of cool and everything. And to do this quickly, you actually do want to buy everything, even if it's not necessarily stuff you need. So the part where free money comes in is you can sell stuff to him, and he'll give you money for it. So, like, I have 16 rings or 11 rings here at $16 a pop. I can sell them for $176. And then I can come over and I can buy them back for nothing. So I just made a whole bunch of money. So to get it really ridiculously fast, the trick is to get something like the rings here that you have a whole bunch of, and line it up so you don't even have to move the cursor to do it. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to, because his inventory isn't actually as wide as mine is here, I'm going to want to probably have the rings, like, over a little bit.
You need to sell, like, 2 of your things.
So yeah, I need to sell, like, a necklace and a bracelet, and then...
Well, if you sold both of your necklaces, it would move your ring over and move his things over one, right?
I think so. I think that is actually what I want to do. So then we have the cursor here, and the cursor's on the ring. So, what you can do now is, because you can just switch back and forth and it'll always be selected on the rings, you can sell multiple, and then you can hit the the left 1 button to select everything, and then confirm. And then hit either the left 2 or the right 2 button, and it'll switch to his inventory. And you can do the same thing. And I hit the wrong button there. And you can just spam this again and again and again, selling everything, all of the rings. And if your cursor is lined up correctly, you can do it really quick and just get just a huge amount of money.
Yeah, so he got like what, $2,000 right there.
$2,000, and
he started with 9,000.
In just
11,000.
In just a couple of seconds, I got it up there. Now, if you don't have as many of the things, obviously you're not going to make as much money. When I did this the first time when I was playing around with this, I had like 8 rings, so I was making like around $1,000, or around $100, 120 something bucks. So the more rings you have...
Yeah, I mean, you need something that you've got a lot of that is an expensive thing.
Exactly.
The more the cost of the total of all of them, the quicker this will work.
Right, so yeah, you just want to do something that you've got a lot of that's worth a lot. And like, so if you had a bunch of these pillboxes, this would probably be another good way to go, because they're worth quite a bit too. So yeah, the rings is just the thing I had quite a few of, that I could just spam through this and just make a ton of money. And so the issue here, of course, is if you go sleep after this, some people might get sick in the district, and then you can't do this again until you've got everybody healed up. But if you just do this for a while, get like $20,000, $30,000, you should never have to do it again, because you've got all the money you could ever need.
Yeah, so you can get enough money that you can just buy all of the crafting materials that you need, so you can max out every weapon.
Right, every weapon, always have all of the potions you need.
Right, as many serums as you want.
Right, I mean, you can't quite do like your serums, because you can't generally buy
the blood samples.
The blood samples, but like all of the other rare stuff, the stuff you run out of, as soon as you find a merchant, even if it's not this guy that can do this, you can just buy everything from every merchant, come back here and restock your money.
Right.
So yeah, you can get as much stuff as you want.
The thing where it seems really useful to me is in getting all of your upgrades for your weapons.
Yeah, and that's actually why I have as many like things here as I do, because I was messing around with this a bunch.
So you load up on money here in the docks, and then you can just go and talk to any merchant, find any merchant that sells any of this crafting stuff that you need, and merchants they'll restore their inventory when you sleep too. So
right.
So if you have somebody that's selling, like a couple of rivets, you can buy the rivets and then sleep and then come back and the rivets will be back.
Yeah. On my mission, Edwina was actually selling 15 of the rivets.
Nice.
So I bought all of the rivets pretty much that you could ever need. So yeah, one of the advantages obviously to this is like the money you get out of it. But it also means you can play around with things that are kind of cost prohibitive, like trying the different mods on the guns and the various weapons.
Right.
Because some of those things are rare resources that are hard to get a hold of.
Right, so every weapon that you have to pick between a couple of the different modifications.
Right.
And then if you decide you don't like that, you can buy the other modification, but you have to repay the cost for that weapon, and that can get expensive.
So you can go through and try everything on every weapon that you have and see what you like, see what works.
Right.
So yeah, that's how you make unlimited money here. When I was first doing this earlier today, I had about $2,000. I went and just bought a whole bunch of stuff from other people and just kept restocking my money, and now I have 11 grand and change, and I don't really need money anymore, so...
Right.
And this is my third play through the game, so I don't really feel bad about cheating to get more resources. But yeah, that is the exploit and how you do it, and as long as you don't eat anybody in this district and you keep everybody healthy, you should be able to do this pretty regularly.
Alright guys, keep in touch, subscribe. Tomorrow we have figured out how to get all of the hints for Dr. Edward Swansea, which is really hard, and I haven't seen that anywhere else, so tune in tomorrow and we will have a video for you on how to do that.